Hi, and welcome again to Krishna Uvacha. Thanks for watching all these episodes and thanks for all the support. Is there anyone who is watching this who have not heard of Akbar and Birbal? I'm sure you have, right? All of us have. We have been taught in our schools about Akbar and Birbal. Birbal was one of those Navaratnas in the court of Akbar. And those 9 jewels or Navaratnas, 9 key people, the most prominent people, Birbal was one among them. The personality of Birbal was that he could tell anything to the emperor. Anything, because Birbal was cut and right, Birbal was straightforward, and Birbal could talk to the emperor with no words minced. He could tell the emperor what is happening around. It looks like Akbar trusted Birbal's word to understand the realities of the empire. Okay, now that was Birbal for you. Now Akbar and Birbal was going around for a walk one evening, and Akbar for the first time saw this brinjal plant. You would have seen brinjal, right? Brinjal comes in 2 varieties, green and purple. Now Akbar saw purple variant of the brinjal. He was quite amused. He was quite surprised. He was quite happy to see such a beautiful flower and such a beautiful sheen, polished skin, and the color and the vibrancy of the brinjal, the plant. Now Akbar said to Birbal, "It is such a beautiful plant. My God, I'm so amazed I'm so surprised by the creativity of God." Then Birbal said, "Of course, yes, it is. It is a special creation of God. That is why God has given him a cap." Now, if you know, brinjal has a cap, right? Which other vegetables do not have. A special cap. Now, Birbal said, that is why God has given him a special cap. The emperor called the chef of the palace and asked him to prepare a dinner that night using only brinjal. No chicken, no mutton, only brinjal. He called everyone. He called the courtiers, he called the ministers, he called the army leaders, etc. And all of them assembled. And all of them were pretty happy to be invited for a dinner at the emperor's palace, because it is not very often that the emperor calls you for a dinner. And 2, you could have some great feasts of real non-vegetarian food, mutton, chicken, etc. But then unfortunately for them, there was no mutton, chicken, there was only brinjal. 10 minutes down the dinner, there was strange and stoic silence in the room. Nobody was talking anything because food was not very appreciated. Nobody had any complaint, because you cannot invite the wrath of the emperor, right? Just for one dinner, it's okay. So people were silently gulping whatever they could. But the same feeling was there in the emperor's mind too. Akbar leaned to Birbal, who was sitting next to him, and Akbar told him, brinjal looked good, yes, but I don't think brinjal is that any tasty. I don't feel the taste. I think it was a wrong choice. Then Birbal looked into Akbar's face, and Birbal had a laugh. And Birbal said, yes, instead of having brinjal, we could have had some poison. Now Akbar was stunned. After a moment's silence, Akbar asked Birbal, "Now, I wanted to ask you, do you have an opinion of your own? Don't you have an opinion of your own? Why do you want to echo whatever I am saying? Today morning I said it is very beautiful, and you are saying it had a cap. God has gifted him with a cap because it's beautiful. And now I feel that the food is not tasty, and you are saying you could have had poison instead of having this. Now, why don't you have an opinion of your own?" In typical Birbal style, Birbal seemed to have a laugh and said, "Emperor, the answer is very simple, because you give me my salary, not the brinjal." Now, whenever we speak about loyalty as a discussion point in any of my classes, this is one story which I keep saying. Loyalty exists, yes, but loyalty is a very fragile phenomenon, right? There is nothing called as customer loyalty, as marketeers often talk about customer loyalty, etc., etc. Customer familiarity, yes. Customer loyalty doesn't exist in most of the market segments. Well, you have some segments, some cult segments like your Harley Davidson, Rolls Royce, etc., where there may be some bit of customer loyalty, but otherwise there is no customer loyalty. It's all customer familiarity. Customers will jump from A to B, B to C brands very easily. People will jump their jobs, right? My father worked for 35 years in one department and retired from there. In my last 25 years of services, I have shifted at least 6 jobs, from industry to academics to industry. I have shifted. And my future generations, I'm sure most of my audiences today are in your 20s, 30s. Now, you can imagine your job shifting. It's not a mistake. You don't have to be loyal to this one job. But having said that, that doesn't mean that as long as you're working in a job, as long as you're working in an institution, you have to be dedicated there. I think there's a difference between dedication and loyalty. And employers, please don't expect your employees to wag their tails like a loyal dog. A loyalty is like a prehistoric phenomenon, I should tell you, right? Expect dedication, breed this mutual respect and admiration. It's all about mutual respect and admiration. It is not about one-sided loyalty anymore. Thank you. Thanks for watching Krishna Uvacha. Keep coming back.